If you don't mind, let's go back to that from the last video where we talked about the time where I drove past a stalled car on my way to work, just for a moment. I can see this in my mind, right? However, I can even tell you the color of gravel. Could I really tell you
The
the color of
picture is
gravel,
so
or was it just
clear.
gravel colored?
Two and a half.
Okay, so why I wanted to bring that up is in the past they had an EEG study where they recorded the brain waves of people looking at four different photographs, and what they were able to do was ask the person after they had seen the photographs, they took the photographs away, to think about those four images, but in any order. Spend about 10 seconds each. So for 40 seconds, think about the photographic things they saw. And what they were able to do afterwards is match the EEGs between the photographs people were looking at and then the ones they were thinking about. They could correctly the sequence in which the person was visualizing those images. So, notably, they noticed that the vision processing was going on in the same way between the parent photographs. And so what they assumed was that the person was recalling an actual memory of the picture and then processing it in the vision processing center because that's where they saw it. The thing is I don't really believe that. I mean, I believe the study, but I think what they were actually seeing was in the pairing was the same proto-language the person was producing to emulate the photograph mentally in their vision center, and then later recalling using the same proto-language to re-invoke that visual. So even though it was happening in the vision processing center, it wasn't happening because there was some sort of neuro holographic imagery taking place. It took place because the person used the same utterances in the proto languages mentally to create those same photographs. I'm glad we started out with vision because this gets us out of the trap that most people, including myself, get into, which creates a fear of proto language, is we think it has something to do too much with natural language, and we don't see it as a system for building complex structures that like we consider vision systems to be very complex, and they have like a large search space and so forth. So when I was a kid, I used to look at the TV set when it looked like this, when there was snow on it, and I used to see things like whirlpools, and they were always, three or four of them, and sometimes they would combine, and they always spun in the same direction too, which is interesting. I wonder if I was south of the equator, if they would spin the other direction. Someone should find out. But anyway, so we also see faces on Mars and rock formations, and I feel like that is because we were projecting those expectations onto what we're seeing. I think that's pretty much it. I think we've done enough about the stuff.